I'm on a 3-month quest to see if the Fujifilm X-T1 is a timeless classic or an outdated icon. And part of that process is to not only explore the good things, but the not so great things about this camera. In fact, I think this camera is holding 4 dark secrets that people often overlook. Each one of these red flags will be getting more devious, starting with number 1. You're paying a premium for classic chrome. Literally. You see, Fuji's cameras have built-in film simulations, which are basically just color presets, and one of the most notorious is classic chrome. For example, the XQ2 costs over $100 more on average than the XQ1, and most of that is because the XQ2 has classic chrome and the XQ1 doesn't. That's crazy, and if you don't really care about film sims or particularly don't care about classic chrome, then you may enjoy more value from a different camera. Video mode is so limited on this thing, and honestly, if you plan to take any video, probably don't get this camera. You see, the continuous autofocus is honestly dog shit in video. It'll be constantly hunting, which is just gonna ruin your footage. Auto exposure is bad. It'll be going too high, too low, and then the most annoying thing is that it's 1080p and it's not even like oversampled from 4K. It is literally just 1080p. It looks low quality. Don't expect video quality out of this thing. Get something like an X-T2 at least, or onwards. The dials are auto-locked. On newer Fujifilm cameras like the X-T3, these little buttons right here are clickable, and if you click it, it'll hold the dial in place, and if you unclick it, you can just freely move that dial. These dials, I cannot move at all unless I press and hold that button while I do it, which is such a hassle. Now, okay, granted, with the shutter speed dial, once you have it past A mode, you can move it freely, but once you're back in A mode, you're stuck there. With the ISO dial, it's really, really bad. If I press and hold this button and go to, say, 400 ISO, and then say I just really quickly want to change it, nothing. It's stuck. You have to press and hold this, and then move it. It's janky. I mean, the strength of these cameras is that it has these dials, so why make them hard to use? It is just simply not an enjoyable experience and totally detracts from the overall user experience of the Fujifilm X-T1. And finally, the deepest, darkest secret of the Fujifilm X-T1 is that the grips and this door right here wear out like crazy. Fujifilm is known for producing cameras with high build quality, and the X-T1 is no exception, right? Well, the construction of the camera is great, but unfortunately the rubber grips and this little door here are not. You see, the grip on this thing is known for peeling and very quickly smoothing and getting kind of sticky over time, which is just so annoying because that's what you're holding when you hold the camera. You'll see the grip literally separating from the body in places like here, basically high contact areas. And I actually remedied this on my X-T1 by buying a whole set of new rubber and then installing it, but that's a hassle and I don't want to have to do that every few years. And this little door over here, oh my god, so stupid. You can see right there, it bulges out and you can try to put it back in like that, and then you let go. Comes right back out. Why can't the door just stay there? What I did was I actually put some sewing needles through the rubber ridges on there to try to keep it straight, which definitely helped a little bit, but it still has some bowing, which is just like, oh my god, Fujifilm. Like, I'm glad they got it right on the newer cameras. It's just first generation type stuff. Despite its flaws, I will say this camera is over 10 years old and it's still going strong. You can get absolutely lovely photos with this thing, and there's so many reasons to love it, but I'll have to save that for another video. For now though, I hope you enjoyed getting to know a couple red flags about the Fujifilm X-T1. See you.